Hi everyone, welcome back to Sid's Killer Review, where this week we're reviewing Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2, starring Uma Thurman. What was your overall impression of the movies?
I loved it. I love them both.
Why?
I just really like them. I like the pacing. I like the story.
You like Quentin Tarantino too?
Yeah.
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 Would you rate it on a scale of 1 to 10?
10 out of 10.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a first. Okay. Explain.
Like I said, I really like the stories.
Hmm.
I've always liked Kill Bill. I don't know. It's funny.
Yeah.
It's actiony. What would you rate it?
I'd give it an 8.
Okay.
It was okay. I mean, I thought it was obviously very entertaining, funny in spots. It was very unrealistic, like very cartoonish almost.
Yeah,
and
definitely. Well, I mean, there's cartoons in the movie.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, very Monty Python-ish blood.
That's funny.
You know?
I never thought of it that way. Yeah.
Just a flesh wound, yeah. He's gushing blood, yeah.
So if you had to rate the first movie versus the second one, which one did you like better?
I think I liked the first one better. I really liked all of the Ren scenes. Like, I really thought they were entertaining, and I just think she was the coolest out of all of those assassins. Like, she was really cool. But then the first one also, I didn't like how they just killed the first lady that they show her killing. I can't even remember her name.
Gotcha. The one played by Vivian Fox.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of it right now,
Yeah,
and I can't.
I don't know her name. But it was such an insignificant and short scene.
Yeah. It's a good fight scene.
Yeah, it is a good fight scene. I like the school bus showing up and then the girl walks in and they have to hide the guns behind their back and...
You really liked the Kaboom
Yeah,
cereal.
yeah, the cereal is a Kaboom cereal and then she has a gun that she tries to shoot her with, which is amazing. What didn't you like about the movie?
I don't like that you kind of have to watch both to know the story.
Yeah, especially because if I think the first one's better, it's like, well, you have to watch the second one to clear up the things that makes the first one even better.
Yep, yeah.
Like, I think that's why I like the first one better, is because the second one is just to kind of clarify and clean up the leads that it gives you, but...
Yeah. There's a lot more action in the first one, too.
Yeah.
There's only 3 people that die in the second one.
Yeah, and she doesn't even kill 2 of them, so...
What didn't you like about it?
I didn't like how... There was just a lot of cheesy things, and, like, why would you put that in there? Kind of where when she wakes up from a coma, and she looks at her hands and immediately goes, it's been 4 years. Like, how did you know it's been 4 years?
I've never understood that.
Just by looking at your hands, like...
That is funny, though.
Yeah. And then, when she pulls herself out of the grave, like, as soon as you punch a hole through that coffin, you're gonna get filled with dirt, and you're not gonna be able to breathe, and you punched a small hole, so unless you punch, like, a big hole to get yourself through... And then it's such loose dirt that she's 6 feet down, so how did she, you know, it just, that doesn't make sense.
They kind of show her, like, slithering out.
Yeah, no.
I like how that bothered you when it's so many other
did.
ridiculous things. It just sets up the best scene after that where she's like, can I have some water?
Yeah, that was hilarious.
She shows up at some diner.
She walks across the street from the graveyard, so it's like, oh my god, there's a zombie. I have a glass of water. At first, I was really opposed to them making her drive the pussy wagon. Because I was like, what kind of assassin drives this vehicle that draws all this attention?
You were annoyed so much when it came on.
I was like, why would you pick that? Out of all the things you could drive, you choose not only a very bright colored vehicle, but you name it the pussy wagon? Like, I was so upset with that decision until I found out, like, who it came from.
Yeah. And
why she had to use it, but...
And then in the second one, she's like...
Pussy wagon died on me.
And he's all, the pussy died. I like how these mundane things bother you.
Because it's the things that don't make sense. Where it's just like, what?
The whole movie doesn't make sense.
But he puts so much detail into everything else, you know?
Yeah.
And they're in the hospital, and the heart rate monitor says 69 the whole time. Like, yeah, that's such a male director move to be like, yeah, let's put that in.
That's a scene too where she cuts the guy's Achilles heel.
Oh yeah.
You had a visceral reaction to it. You were like,
oh yeah. I think we both were like, ooh.
What was your favorite scene?
My favorite scene is where they're in Bud's trailer and Beatrix kills Elle. No, she doesn't.
No, she didn't. Oh my God.
Beatrix steals, like, yanks her eyeball out of her face and then steps on it, and she's freaking out. And
Yeah, that's really funny.
I didn't like that scene. It was the most deserving death in the whole 2 movies, I think, because I just really hated her character the whole time.
She doesn't die.
But it's the most deserved revenge.
Gotcha.
Like, of the 5 people that she sets out to kill, she's the one I wanted to die the most.
Gotcha. What was your favorite scene from the first movie?
The final standoff with Oren and Beatrix. That was just really cool. And I also, contrary to Elle being such a bitch, I liked that Oren was very, like, humble and apologized for humiliating her.
Gotcha.
And that she was gonna give her, like, a warrior death. Like, she was talking so much smack, like, you thought it was gonna be that easy, and then chopped her skull off. Like, until the end was amazed and respectful, kind of. Like, I think she respected Beatrix the most.
Gotcha.
I think she saw herself. But she was, like, my favorite of the 5.
My favorite scene was with Oren too, but it's when she's giving her little speech.
Oh!
So the one guy, like,
yeah.
the one Yakuza boss is all upset.
Yeah.
And then she runs across the table, slices off his head, and then she gives, like, this little speech about, you can question me, feel free to question me anytime about my leadership, but never talk about my heritage.
Yeah.
Like,
Mic drop with the head.
yes. That's my favorite scene out of all of them. I also really like the whole fight scene with Elle at the end of the second movie.
Yeah.
Like, it's funny, and it's really actiony.
Yeah. Kicking through the bathroom doors.
When she shoves her head in the toilet,
Yeah.
then Elle flushes it so she stops drowning.
Yeah.
The whole thing is so stupid. It's great.
Her shoes change, too. I noticed that. I noticed very small, mundane details, like...
Yeah.
When she comes back from being buried alive and she's standing on the mountain looking at them, her hair suddenly doesn't have dirt in it and it's like back to normal, which is just...
She went to the bathroom at the restaurant.
No, because her face was all disgusting and it shows her...
maybe.
No, because the clips it shows of her walking, it's disgusting, muddy...
Wow, that really bothered you.
Yeah. And then you go into the trailer scene and it's like, why even put money in the freaking briefcase if you knew you were going to kill him? Like, why not just put...
That bothered you too, didn't it?
Yeah, why even put money in there? If you're gonna kill him, just put the freaking snake in there.
He seemed like he regretted killing her. He's like, we deserve to die.
Yeah, I just didn't like him.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's a pretty scummy guy.
Yeah.
I really like the end of the first one with the big, huge fight scene.
Yes.
That took 2 months to film.
Really?
Because he didn't want to use special effects, so it's all practical effects.
Yeah.
And there's such weird stuff that happens. I'm running up and down banisters and...
Yeah.
That scene that you really like where she stabs the first guy and lifts him up.
Yes, yeah. It's like hanging on the sword above her head.
Yes. He's on the tip of it.
Yeah.
He's not even sliding down.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's an entertaining scene. Like all these people just dying, limbs being cut off,
blood
squirting everywhere.
I liked her little apprentice with the...
Her bodyguard.
Yeah. She's such a
Go-go.
cocky... Yeah, go-go. She did good. Like, she did good.
Yeah.
She was doing good.
Her with that thing. That's pretty cool.
And she put the nails in her.
Yeah, she falls down.
Yeah, crying blood, yeah.
I really liked all the music in it.
Yeah, I did like the music choice too.
Yeah.
It was good. I didn't like the weird... Yeah, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. It didn't fit. It was off-putting.
I think it's supposed to be off-putting.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I'd rather have like eerie music than that. It just didn't fit for me.
It's very jarring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really liked all of the Pai Mei training scenes and stuff. And his dramatic beard flips.
Yes, over and over.
Yeah. And he does he stands on her sword and then he flips her around like when she's caught between his legs.
Crotch,
Yeah.
and he like... Yeah.
But I did like that he ultimately taught her the 5-finger like heart explosion thing. That was really cool.
Yeah.
And that's how she killed Bill. It was very deserved and like, yes. Like very rewarding to see.
It was, and I also like that she didn't just shoot him or stab him.
Yeah.
Like that's how she kills him. It's a very special death for him. And yeah.
And he knows too. It's not like she just cut his head off and then like he wasn't conscious that he was dying kind of thing.
Yeah, like he knows what he's doing when he starts walking.
Yeah.
Yep.
Made him realize you're dead.
Yeah, I liked that.
Mm.